She didn't leave you. She just stopped choosing you. She pulled away. And you noticed. But you told yourself, this is normal. Relationships go through phases. The excitement fades. Things settle. That's what you told yourself. So you waited. You gave her space. You stayed patient. And she pulled further away. So you tried harder. More effort. More love. More of everything. And she disappeared completely. Now you're sitting here wondering, what did I do wrong? What did I miss? How did I lose someone I never even realized I was losing? Here's the answer nobody gave you. You didn't miss one big moment. You missed 100 small ones. And every single time she pulled away, just a little, you told yourself it was normal. It wasn't normal. It was a signal, a quiet, desperate signal that something was breaking, and she was waiting, hoping that you would finally see it. You didn't see it. And by the time you did, she was already gone. This video is going to show you exactly what was happening every time she pulled away, why she did it, what she needed, and the one thing you must understand so this never cost you another relationship again. Stay with me, because this one is going to hurt, and it's going to help. Ryan had been with her for 2 years, and he genuinely believed things were fine. She was a little quieter than usual lately, a little more distant, a little less excited when he walked through the door. But Ryan was patient, stable, rational. She's probably just stressed. Give her space, she'll come back around. That's what he told himself. So he gave her space and waited. She pulled further away, so he reached out more, checked in more, made more effort. She went quieter. One night she came home and sat down across from him. Not angry, not upset, just empty. He asked, "Are you okay?" She looked at him and said, "I feel like I've been disappearing in this relationship, like I'm invisible to you." Ryan frowned. That made no sense to him. He said, "I don't understand, I'm always here. What more do you want from me?" She went quiet, not angry, not emotional, just quiet. And this is where he lost her. Not the breakup conversation that came 4 months late. This was the moment she stopped believing things would ever change. Because what Ryan never understood, she didn't need him to be more present. She needed him to be more himself. She wasn't pulling away from the relationship. She was pulling away from a version of him that had slowly disappeared, the man she fell in love with, replaced by someone who was always available, always accommodating, always there, but somehow completely absent. She pulled away, and he thought it was normal. It was the beginning of the end. Here is what actually happens when she pulls away. Most men think it means she needs space, so they give her space. Most men think it means she is stressed, so they wait. Most men think it is a phase, so they stay patient and keep showing up. And every single one of those responses makes things worse. Pay attention to this part. When a woman pulls away, it is not random, it is a reaction. A deeply embedded psychological reaction to something she felt shift in the relationship. And here is what that reaction is actually measuring. Does he panic? Does he chase? Does he become desperate and available? Does he shrink? Or does he stay grounded? Does he maintain his own sense of self? Does he remain the man she was attracted to, with or without her validation? Most men fail completely, not because they are weak, but because nobody ever told them what was actually happening. They chase, they reassure, they pour more love into the distance, and she loses respect. Slowly, quietly, and this is where most men lose her, without even realizing it. The pull away is not a rejection. It is a reaction to something she felt changing. And the response you give, through your actions, not your words, determines everything that happens next. And you told yourself, it's nothing. Now let us go deeper. There are 4 core reasons women pull away, and every single one connects to the same underlying truth. Reason number 1, she stopped feeling tension. Attraction requires uncertainty, not games, not manipulation, but genuine uncertainty. The feeling that she does not fully have you, that you are a man with his own world that she has to earn a place in. The moment that tension disappears, the moment she knows completely, without question, that you are entirely hers, the attraction begins to fade, and this is where attraction starts to fade. Reason number 2, she stopped seeing the man she fell for. Think about who you were when she first chose you. You had direction, energy, a life that existed independently of her. You pursued her, but you didn't need her. You chose her, but you weren't desperate for her. That man was magnetic. Then, gradually, that man disappeared. His world shrank into hers. His goals became secondary. His entire identity started orbiting around her. And she mourned the loss of the man she fell in love with, while still living with him. And this is where attraction starts to fade. Reason number 3, she stopped feeling emotionally safe. Pay attention here. When a man becomes too needy, too dependent on her reactions, she stops feeling like she has a strong partner. She starts feeling like she has a responsibility. And no woman can sustain attraction for a man she feels responsible for emotionally. She needs to know you are solid, that you don't collapse when she withdraws, that your sense of self doesn't depend on her approval. The moment your stability becomes conditional on her behavior, she stops feeling safe, and this is where attraction starts to fade. Reason number 4, she was trying to tell you something. Every pull away, especially the early ones, is communication. She is signaling, waiting, hoping you will notice, that you will see her, really see her, and respond to what she's actually saying. Most men miss it completely, and this is where most men lose her, without even realizing it. And you told yourself it's nothing. Now let us talk about what the pull away actually looks like in real time. It does not happen all at once. It happens in layers, and each layer has specific signs that most men either ignore or explain away. Pay attention to every single one of these. Sign number 1, she stops reaching first.
In a healthy, connected relationship, both people initiate.
She texts first sometimes, reaches for your hand, suggests plans spontaneously. When she stops doing this entirely, when every single interaction requires you to reach out first, this is the first visible sign of emotional withdrawal. She used to text you for no reason, just to share something funny, just to say she was thinking about you. Now she only responds, never initiates. And you told yourself, it's nothing. It was not nothing. She was withdrawing, waiting to see if the relationship could sustain itself, or if you were the only one holding it together. Sign number 2, conversations lose their depth. She used to talk to you about real things, her fears, her dreams, the things that actually mattered. There was depth, vulnerability, genuine emotional intimacy. Now the conversations are surface level, logistics, what to eat, what to watch. She used to send paragraphs, long voice notes, messages that felt urgent, like she couldn't wait to share something with you. Now it is, okay, sure, sounds good. And you told yourself, it's nothing. She was pulling her depth back, keeping the surface functioning while the foundation quietly crumbled beneath it. Sign number 3, physical affection shifts. She still hugs you, still kisses you, goes through all the motions, but something has shifted in the quality. It feels like habit, like obligation. She used to initiate. Now she only responds. She used to linger. Now she pulls away just a little faster. The body communicates what the mouth will not say. And you told yourself, it's nothing. It was everything. Number 4, she stops including you in her future. When a woman is genuinely interested, she naturally places you in her vision of tomorrow. Next year we should. When we move somewhere bigger, I want us to try that. When those references quietly disappear, when she stops saying we, she has already stopped building a future that includes you. She is imagining her future. You are just no longer in it. And you told yourself, it's nothing. Sign number 5, she starts rebuilding her independent life. New hobbies, more time with friends, less consultation before making decisions. This is not independence for its own sake. This is preparation. She is quietly rebuilding the life she will return to when this relationship ends. And you told yourself, it's nothing. Sign number 6, she becomes emotionally neutral. Where she used to react, excited, frustrated, playful, affectionate, she becomes flat, not cold, not hostile, just neutral. Anger means she still cares enough to feel something. Neutral means she has begun to fully detach. And detachment is the last stage before she is completely gone. And you told yourself it's nothing. It was never nothing. It was the beginning of the end. Comment too late below if you have experienced any of these signs. Subscribe right now, because this is exactly what we expose here at Brutal Truth. Here is the part most men never hear. Every time she pulled away, she was giving you a chance, not consciously, not deliberately, but every withdrawal, every quiet moment, every message that took a little longer than usual was an opportunity to show her the man she fell in love with was still there, an opportunity to stay grounded instead of chasing, an opportunity to choose yourself, even while choosing her. And most men miss every single one, because they were taught love harder, try more, be more available, show her how much she matters, and every time they followed that advice, they confirmed exactly what she feared, that the man she fell in love with was gone, replaced by someone who needed her approval to feel okay, someone whose entire emotional stability depended on whether she was warm or cold that day. Pay attention to this. She pulled away because she stopped seeing you, the real you, the man who had his own world, the man who had direction and energy and a sense of self that existed completely independently of her. She was looking for him every time she created distance, hoping he would show up, hoping he would stay grounded instead of chasing, hoping he would prove, through his response, that he was still the man she chose. And when he never showed up, she stopped looking. You were there, but you weren't the man she chose. And that difference, that gap between who you were and who she needed you to be, was where she lost you, long before she left. She didn't leave you suddenly. She left you in every moment you chose reassurance over strength, every moment you chose chasing over staying grounded, every moment you loved her so loudly that you forgot who you were in the process. And you called it normal. It was never normal. It was the slow end of something that never had to end. There is a specific threshold in female psychology, and once it is crossed, almost nothing brings her back. Researchers call it emotional divorce. It is the point where a woman has fully withdrawn her emotional investment. She has stopped hoping things will change, stopped imagining a better future, made complete peace with leaving, even before she physically does. Before this point, there is still a chance. She is still feeling, still reacting, still occasionally hoping. The relationship can still be saved if the right changes happen at the right time. After this point, you're just delaying the ending. This is why so many men are blindsided by breakups that feel sudden. From his perspective, he was finally making changes, more present, more effort, showing up differently. From her perspective, she decided 9 months ago. His improvements were noticed, but they were too late. She was no longer available to be won back because she had already completely let go. Pay attention to this. The earlier you recognize the signs, the more options you have. Caught early, the dynamic can be completely shifted. The attraction can be rebuilt, but you cannot rebuild what you refuse to see as breaking. And most men refuse to see it until it is already gone. So what do you actually do with this? Stop chasing. When she pulls away, do not chase. Do not flood her with messages. Do not pour more love into the distance. Stay grounded. Stay in your own life. A man who is genuinely okay with or without her validation in this moment is infinitely more attractive than a man who collapses every time she withdraws. Keep your life, your friendships, your goals, your ambitions, the things that existed before her. The man who disappears into a relationship, who makes her his entire world, loses the very thing that made him worth choosing. Keep your world, make it bigger, make it fuller, make it something she wants to be part of, but not something that revolves entirely around her. Stop being endlessly available. This does not mean playing games. It means having a life that is genuinely full, a life that does not pause every time she needs something. The man who is sometimes unavailable, not as punishment, but because he is genuinely living, is infinitely more attractive than the man who is always there. Lead, make decisions, move with direction, have opinions and express them without apology. A man who knows where he is going is always more compelling than a man waiting to be told. Confidence, real, unshakable confidence, is the single most attractive quality a man can possess in a long-term relationship. And confidence is not something you perform. It is something you live. Choose her, but never need her. There is a profound difference between a man who actively chooses a woman every single day and a man who desperately needs her to survive. One is irresistible, one is exhausting. She can feel the difference immediately, even when she cannot name it. Be the man who chooses, never the man who needs. Ryan eventually understood what had happened, not in time to save that relationship, but in time to completely change who he was in every relationship after it. He stopped shrinking, stopped chasing, stopped measuring his value by whether she was warm or cold on any given day. He became a man who was genuinely full, with or without her. He became the man she had been looking for. Every time she pulled away, he just showed up too late. She pulled away, and you thought it was normal. It was never normal. It was the beginning of the end, and now you know. The only question left is, what will you do the next time she pulls away? Comment too late below if Ryan's story felt familiar. And if this video gave you something real, subscribe to Brutal Truth. We tell you what she will never say out loud. No sugarcoating, no false comfort, just the truth, as brutal as it needs to be. See you in the next one.